Many times people struggle and they have goals they want to reach, but they're not sure quite how to reach them. And you've done all the things, you're saying affirmations, you're manifesting, but nothing is happening. A lot of times that could be due to your mindset. So there's two specific mindsets that come to mind: a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset, and the ways that they affect your financial life. I mean, your life as a whole. Let's talk about it. Yes, I do dance to my music. Hey, goalies, welcome back to my channel. And I talk to clients all the time and work with them. And one of the things that has been very important that comes up again, or that people work and struggle with, is being able to actually achieve those goals that they set out for themselves. And this can apply financially, of course, because personal finances is my jam, but this also applies to life as a whole. This applies to everything. Realistically, there are roadblocks that you might have internally that could be affecting you and stopping you from make progress and holding you back. And until you dig deep into them, you might not be able to achieve your goals. I've said a number of times, I always talk about it. Personal finance is a self-awareness journey. Okay. So I'm talking about the differences between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. It's real life stuff and it applies to your money and beyond. So trust me. I speak of this from experience because I had to realize that my own mindset was holding me back in my business. But before we get into all of that, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you don't want to miss out on any more of my tips, videos, so I can help you get your life right with money. Okay. So I'm going to take you back for a minute and explain. When I first started my business, I didn't have anybody in my family or my circle who had a business close to mine. So I had people who had different hobbies or different things that they were doing. So they had a business in the sense that they were selling a service and receiving money, but they didn't have a business. They were doing like all the admin, the advertising, the accounting, structured like the way that I structure my business. So I didn't really have anybody to lean on in that aspect. And one of the things that I struggled with was selling. And I mean, really, really struggled. I hated the idea of selling. When I thought about it, I would immediately think about those pushy, overbearing salesmen. They're super aggressive and they try to push things on you that you really don't need, kind of like those timeshare salesmen. Okay. Selling you things that you don't even really need and like not really giving you the ability to say no. You know the type. I'm sure we all have experienced one. Okay. They make you feel concerned. And then afterwards, you're literally questioning yourself like, should I have bought it? Maybe I should have bought it. Knowing you can't even afford it. So honestly, it caused me to have, or rather, I realized that I had a very strong reaction to it emotionally. And I saw myself being that same type of salesperson whenever I would go to sell my own services. It felt wrong. And I was adamant about, I don't want to be that salesperson. I don't want to make my customers feel the way that I feel when somebody sells to me like that. But guess what that meant? That meant I wasn't selling anything. And when you have a for-profit business and you have different services, subscriptions, website hosting, I mean, everything that costs money, if you don't start to sell, then your business is going to go under and close. So with every business, you have to learn what your weaknesses are so that you can improve them in order to keep your doors open. So this was one of my biggest ones that I really had to work at, because how can you be a CEO and you can't even sell your company? Okay, but that's another YouTube video. But everybody gets to a point or a tipping point where you're like, this can't be life. This can't be us. There's got to be more. And so that's the point that I realized, like, I have to do something about this. And I had to get over my own mental roadblock and realize that what I'm offering solves a problem, a real problem. I have hired business coaches, taken classes, signed up for memberships, all these things. But it was a mental feeling and roadblock about being a salesperson that I hated that was stopping me from actually being able to do it when what I do solves a problem. I help people understand money who might be have anxiety related to money. They might be fearful around money. They might, you know, just don't want to talk about the subject because they see it as intimidating. I have the innate gift to make it relatable and make them feel comfortable to the point where they're pouring out their finances to me, somebody who doesn't even like to talk about money. But that didn't click for me that I was providing that service. And if I didn't sell it, I was doing a disservice until I shifted my mindset from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. So if you're liking this so far, I need to make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Drop a comment if you have a question or you want me to dig deeper into anything I'm talking about on this video. You hitting like and subscribe, it simply just lets YouTube know that you like what I'm talking about. One, they'll show you more of my videos, but it also just let them know, like, okay, she giving what she's supposed to give on here, y'all. Keep showing her to some more people so other people can see what she's talking about. Okay, so let me give you another example. I love helping clients reach their aha moments. The ones where everything just clicks. I had a client that attended one of my workshops and she had an issue with investing and she just didn't choose to work on it anymore. She had more of a fixed mindset, like, well, I don't know how to do it. So I know I send my money to my retirement account, so I guess it's invested. But it's because she didn't understand it. So in the workshop, I was able to talk to her. I went over a few things. I drew visuals, and I'm not an artist, y'all, but I'm going to do what I got to do to help you understand. And some people are more visual learners, and that's the reality of it. So I went over the lesson with her twice. I used different examples, drawings, all of those things, but seeing that aha moment as it hit her face, I like that. That's what I'm here for. That's why I do what I do. So for me not to continue to spread that and sell workshops or different things, I'm doing myself a disservice. I would love to be able to do them for free, but it's my life, it's my time. I have bills that need to be paid. So it's like, it's a happy medium. But the reality is, this is something, a gift that I have. So stop looking at myself like I'm selling people things that they don't need. I'm helping people solve a problem. So I'm going to break down the definition of a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. Now, a fixed mindset is basically you feeling stagnant. You feeling you're not willing to take on new mistakes. You're not willing to take on new challenges. You feel like there's no point in even trying because nothing's going to come of it. Nothing's going to happen. I might as well not apply for that job because I'm not going to get it. They didn't pick me last time. They're not going to pick me again. And so things like that will carry into all of your life. A fixed mindset will have you believing that who you are and what you're capable of, if that's it, it's set in stone. You are who you are. You can't change anything. This is where you're supposed to be. This is where you're meant to be in life. And you're not going to challenge the norms. Okay. So a lot of times you'll shrink back from those challenges and then you'll be afraid to take risk or do anything differently because you just don't believe that we can grow or change. And most of us at some point have made our lives smaller because we were scared of the unknown, or we were scared of what could be or what couldn't be. Like that saying, oh, what if I fall? Oh, but what if you fly? So with a growth mindset, you're willing to make mistakes. You're willing to step forward without having everything figured out. You start to believe that with effort, learning, and persistence, it's okay. You can grow, you can improve, and you can achieve financial stability. So over time, as you educate yourself, you'll learn how to invest, you'll learn how to budget, you'll learn to ask for help. The difference between a fixed and a growth mindset looks like, with a fixed mindset, you remain in analysis paralysis. And those who don't know what that means that you're consistently researching something, but you never actually take the step in action to make it a reality. So you continue to research because you're fearful of it, you're scared of it. So you gaining the knowledge helps you, but again, you never ever take any action with it. Okay? With a growth mindset, you're going to read, you're still going to learn, but you're going to start taking action. You stop thinking about how could it go wrong. You start thinking about what you could actually achieve if it went right. Okay. So if any of this is hitting home for you, don't forget to make sure you hit that video thumbs up button. I got plenty more relatable money content, so just stick around. At the end of the day, when we talk about financial success, it's not just about the numbers. I know we talk about money. I know we talk about budgeting, investing, debt repayment, all of those things, all of the buzzwords, generational wealth, all of those great things. But at the end of the day, it's really hugely about your mindset. What conversations did you have about money growing up? How do you see money? For me, I had to go back to emotionally how I felt when that salesperson was trying to sell to me, and realize that I had a very strong emotional reaction to that for whatever reason. But that's something that I had to explore, and I wouldn't have if I didn't stop and take that time to look within myself. Now I do much better. I've actually become a walking billboard for my business as I'm in a new city. And as a CEO, you are the person who goes out and introduces your business and sells your business to new companies. So, you know what I mean? How can I not sell? If I'm not going to learn how to sell, I might as well just shut my business down now. So what we have to realize is that, one, if you have a fixed mindset, you're constantly going to shrink yourself when it comes to financial challenges. This is a problem because the economy that we're currently in, the financial climate that we're in, is requiring change. It's requiring it's requiring trying new strategies that maybe other people that you know or are around have never tried before. So that's going to take you having a growth mindset. You see, if you see investing as risky, or if you see budgeting as restrictive and selling as pushy, I'm keeping it real. That's a fixed mindset. But with a growth mindset, you realize that you're going to make mistakes. With every new skill, it's just a part of the journey that you make mistakes. It's not about being perfect, because nobody is perfect. It's about learning about it and moving forward, taking action behind what you learn. Just think about it. And I have a question for you. Feel free to put your answer in the comments. If somebody only did something one time and then they told you, oh, I am an expert at it, wouldn't you want them to have some type of ups and downs that came along with the way, so they can learn, they understand the process, they've been invested in the process? It's the same way with your finances. When you are learning, this is a new skill for you. So it's something that you might not do well at the first time, and that's completely okay. You might have to try again. You might have to look at different areas, ways, all of the things. We can't keep sacrificing our happiness or our financial health by letting these past experiences and limiting beliefs hold us back. We have to engage in the necessary growth to evolve beyond the stuck financial lives that we're currently in. A lot of us have dreams of big houses, lofty vacations, and all of those things. Hell, some of us have dreams of just being able to have time with our family and time to live and enjoy life. Or hell, being able to spend our money on the things that we want instead of all of our money going to bills. Let's just keep it real. But the reality is, unless we change the way that we currently operate and we start to look at ourselves and figure out, that's the only way we're going to change. So looking at how to shift and change your mindset from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset is, one, it's going to take you first setting out the goals. What are the goals that you want to accomplish? What are they? That's going to be the first place to start, because you have to know exactly where you're trying to go. Once you do that, the second thing is to ask yourself, why haven't you reached them? What feeling do you have about them as to why you haven't reached them? Once you answer that question for yourself, which might be like, oh, well, I feel like everything is hard or this economy is out to get us or whatever the case may be. Okay, why do you say that? Why do you say that? What feeling do you have that causes you to think that? Many times we walk around with different perceptions inside ourselves about other things or about other people. Even as we're walking down the street, the other people don't even know you have that perception about them. It's all inside and in your mind. So we have to learn to stop doing that. Stop creating those narratives and just go into what you feel. Are you making up that story about them, the lady across the street, because you actually think she looks cute and you wish you dressed as well as she does? I'm just saying, this is how deep you have to go. Why is it that you didn't go for that promotion? Why is it that you didn't negotiate for your salary? Why is it that you didn't start investing and learning to invest so that you can increase your income and increase the amount of money you have to achieve your goals? You have to take that deep dive. Once you've taken that deep dive, of course, third is going to be create strategies and plans to improve those habits. I want to remind you that none of this is going to be overnight. If you would like me to deep dive into any part of this 3 steps I just gave you, drop it in the comments. I'll be happy to make another video. But I wanted to give you those top 3 steps just so you can get started on making a different change into how you see this money thing. So here's my challenge to you. Where in your financial life have you been operating from a fixed mindset? And then ask yourself, what can you do today to shift it from a fixed mindset into a growth mindset? Leave a comment, let me know, take the 3 steps that I just talked about. And remember, it's not about being perfect. Give yourself grace throughout this process. Give yourself grace and also practice gratitude, because be thankful and appreciative and acknowledge that you're not where you used to be. It's not about doing everything perfect, especially the first time you do it. It's about showing up for yourself. It's about investing in yourself, learning, growing. If you're ready to take the next step, I got plenty of videos, so feel free to watch them. Again, if you have additional topics that you would like me to drop, put it in the comments and I got you. That's it that I have for you today. Of course, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you in my next video. Have a great one.